Terry's making note of more than 3,000 arrests, 500 illegal weapons seized, and 121 reported missing children.
So Memphis just proved something big, and honestly, it's the kind of story every major American city should be paying attention to. After years of rising crime and dangerous streets and families terrified to even let their kids ride a bike, the Trump administration's Memphis Safe Task Force has delivered results nobody thought were possible like this fast at all. We're talking thousands of arrests, hundreds of illegal guns taken out of circulation, and missing kids brought home safely. And the best part? Regular people are saying they finally feel safe again, and that's why it matters. And this is exactly what I voted to support: safer streets and real results. But what happens next changes everything, because if this model works here, it can work anywhere. And let me know in the comments, should this be rolled out nationwide, like safer streets in all major cities? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and let's go ahead and get into it. So my name is Tom. I'm with the Daily Beltway, and I'm also White House correspondent for the Next News Network. And we're breaking down something rare in the news, like a big promise that was actually delivered. But before we dive in, please hit subscribe. We're a growing channel, and every like, comment, share, and subscription helps us grow. Check this out.
U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi sharing the podium with two other members of the administration, along with Tennessee's governor and two state senators, praising the efforts of the Memphis Safe Streets Task Force just days before Thanksgiving.
You're not with your families. Many of you are not going to be with your families on Thanksgiving, and we are so grateful for your service and your sacrifice.
The event also marked the announcement of an effort to reduce crime in public housing called the HUD Crime Hotline, offered through the HUD Office of the Inspector General.
To report criminals, illegal aliens, sex offenders, human traffickers, and those guilty of gang activity, drug distribution, and fraud.
Dignitaries making note of more than 3,000 arrests, 500 illegal weapons seized, and 121 reported missing children located in the past 56 days.
121 missing children?
Murder rates cut in half, and crime rates in Memphis at their lowest level in 20 years.
While Governor Lee did not address last week's order by a Nashville Chancery Court judge to block the use of the National Guard in Memphis, an order put on hold for 5 days allowing the state to appeal, Attorney General Bondi appeared to...
Why do the judges want to cancel this so bad? Like, did they just hear the numbers that came back from only 56 days and they're not even going 100%? Like, come on, seriously?
Take exception to the judge's action.
Unfortunately, the safety of our community has been compromised by some judges who continue to obstruct our efforts. I wish they are all watching this, and I hope they're seeing what we're doing here in Memphis. We will not coddle violent criminals at the expense of law-abiding citizens.
Absolutely. So Memphis went from one of the most dangerous cities in the country to seeing crime drop by numbers that nobody expected. Over 3,100 arrests, 500 legal guns seized, and 121 missing or endangered children that were brought home. Residents say it's the first time in years they can walk outside at night without fear. So let me know in the comments, does this change how you see federal crime surge operations? Hopefully some people are like, yeah, that's actually a good thing. Let's not stop it. But there's always going to be the purple-haired people in the comments that are freaking out because, you know, we're keeping people in prison. So the operation blended 31 agencies: U.S. Marshals, FBI, DEA, ATF, Homeland Security Investigations, Tennessee National Guard, and local law enforcement. Governor Bill Lee said murder rate was down by 50%, robberies down 60%, and serious crime overall down 45%. And here's the part that they never expected. Even residents who oppose the deployment are now admitting the city feels different. One local barber said he was against the surge until he saw violent offenders taken in by the dozens. And children recovered. That's a huge deal. Neighborhoods are quiet, families are breathing in, and Bondi made it clear this model isn't about politics, it's about safety. And she didn't mince words. She said judges blocking National Guard deployments were putting communities at risk. Why is it always the judges? The ones that are sworn in to uphold the law are the ones that are like releasing these criminals back into custody. Chicago, the guy had 79 arrests before he immolated a woman on a train, and she's like, oh no, it shouldn't be there. And Brandon Johnson is saying putting people in jail is racist. It's stupid. The Trump administration says this model is ready for cities like Baltimore, Detroit, Oakland, and St. Louis. And honestly, a lot of Americans agree. So if you got value from this update, please tap subscribe. My opinion is next. I know I put a little bit of opinion in there, quite a bit, but I have no problem telling judges where to shove it. So here's my take. What happened in Memphis is what happens when leadership decides enough is enough. For too long, major cities across our republic have accepted chaos as normal. Families locked inside, kids kept out of parks, and businesses were fleeing. But when you combine federal support, state partnership, and local execution, you get something simple. Like, arrests and results. This is exactly what voters asked for. Safer streets, restored order, and a government protects the innocent instead of coddling the dangerous. If Memphis can turn around in 56 freaking days, imagine what could happen in Chicago, Baltimore, Detroit, or St. Louis. And real safety isn't partisan, guys. It's basic. It's what every single American deserves, regardless of Democrat, Republican, flying spaghetti monster believers, or whatever. It don't matter. If you're an American, you deserve justice and safety. So stay alert, stay informed, and stay engaged. And we'll continue covering every major development right here on the Daily Beltway. God bless.